Good evening. Well, not so good evening, as you can see. And unfortunately, I have to say, not so good evening, everybody. As expected, as many people guessed, as soon as the not so much of a ceasefire for Easter ended, the air alerts have been active. Kiev Oblast for 1 hour 55 minutes, Chernihiv 3 hours 6 minutes, Sumy 4 hours 50 minutes, Poltava 2 hours 9 minutes, Kharkiv 2 hours 34 minutes, Cherkasky, well, it depends on the region. 1 hour, 37, 37. But the explosions reported in Cherkasky City minutes ago. Dnipro, 3 hours, 12 minutes. Donetsk, 4 hours, 28 minutes. Zaporizhia, 2 hours, 35 minutes. Kherson, 40 minutes, with explosions reported 16 minutes ago. Mykolaiv, 40 minutes. Explosions reported 35 minutes ago. Odessa, 40 minutes. Current time in Ukraine is 5:34 a.m. Now, not that Russia held up to the ceasefire that Putin said, announced, tried to bamboozle the world with. There really isn't quick specifics. Nothing quick about it. I guess the quick way to say this is, let me get my mic closer so you can hear me better. Putin made the announcement, had no intention of keeping it, and there's been skirmishes off and on all day. Before we get into that too much, let's cover, the last 24 hours with the operational information as of 8 a.m. Easter Sunday, April 20th. Glory to Ukraine. The 1,152nd day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, 127 combat clashes were recorded over the past day. According to updated information, yesterday the enemy carried out 103 airstrikes on the positions of Ukrainian units and settlements, dropping 170 guided bombs. They also launched 2,781 kamikaze drones to cause destruction. The enemy also carried out 5,912 artillery strikes, including 115 from MLRSs. Before we go further into this one, let's go back a bit and cover the basic information from yesterday. This basically covering Friday in Ukraine. 5 missile strikes and 103 airstrikes using 17 missiles, dropping 174 guided bombs, 2,855 kamikaze drones, 6,235 artillery strikes, 109 from MLRSs, 162 combat clashes on Friday. We'll go, and you notice there's no rhyme or reason. And you see there's no reduction. It's all about the same amount. Let me change the screen setup. I really didn't get a chance to do much of anything stream related today. I literally just hopped out of the shower, threw clothes on, and here I am. So pretty much we'll get the full report probably in about 2.5 hours for today, but they release it at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like this was released at 8:02. So we'll know the full story in about 2.5 hours. Basically, the whole day has been both sides accusing the other side of breaking the ceasefire. I hate to use this comparison, but when you yell at your kids for fighting in the car and they're on my side of the seat is basically what it was politically today. Russia attacking Ukraine responding to those attacks, and then the Russians calling those responses breaks in the ceasefire, but they were responding to being attacked, and it's like everybody's trying to curry favor with Trump to make themselves look better in Trump's eyes. And let's face it, Trump's a Nimrod. You're not going to convince him of anything. Yeah, that's going to be the real question. Is what side does Trump take? Well, we know he doesn't like Zelensky. Zelensky refused to make up dirt on Hunter Biden when Trump was running for the 2020 election. And basically, Trump's had it in for Zelensky since then. I don't know. I'd like to think that a president of the United States is more than a spoiled 2-year-old, but unfortunately, I think I'm being proven wrong. The enemy carried out airstrikes yesterday in the settlements or near the settlements of Raznilny, Veliki Prikil, Stepov, Miropilsky in Sumy, Zeleny Pol in Donetsk, Guliopol, Zalichny, Novodorivka, Lukyanevsky, Pavlivka, Stepnohorisk, Kamiansky, Novoyakovlivka in the Zaporizhian region. Yeah. Sorry, I am exhausted and I just want to melt. It was a rough day for me. Over the past day, aviation, missile troops, and artillery of the Defense Forces of Ukraine struck 15 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and military equipment, 3 UAV control points, 2 air defense systems, 5 missile forces, and artillery systems of the Russian invaders. Going into the individual directions, in the Kharkiv direction, the enemy twice tried in vain to advance near the areas of Voschansk and Malaya Shapkivka. I believe that's over here. Yes, Mala Shapkivka, misspelled on here. In the Kupiansk direction, 7 attacks by the invaders took place yesterday. And yes, I am trying to get through this rather quickly so we can go to basically the news that's coming out right now. With the air alerts and the hits going on at the moment. 7 attacks by the invaders. Defense forces repelled assault actions near Zarazova. That's Kindrashivka, Novekrugalivka, which is right here, and Petropavlivka, which is here east of Kupiansk. Heading down to the Liman direction, 14 clashes took place. The enemy tried to advance near Novomykolaivka, Nove Yampolivka, as well as in the directions of Torsky, which is right here next to Zarichny, Grivkivka, Oh man, this formatting's messing with me so much. Glishchenkova, right there. I lost it again. Olahivka and Zeleny Dolna. Go in the service direction. Maybe that will help me keep it in track. Our troops repelled 2 enemy attacks near the settlement of Verkno-Kamiansky. Heading over to Kramatorsk direction yesterday, the enemy launched 7 attacks on the positions of our troops in the areas of Chasiv Yar, Stupochki, and Krudamivka. Heading to Toretsk. Over the past day, the enemy attacked Ukrainian units 18 times in the areas of Toretsk, Druzhba, Dashny, and in the direction of Divlivka. Over the past day, our defenders in the Pokrovsk direction stopped 39 assault actions of the aggressor in the areas of the settlements of Sukobalka, Tarasivka, Vodany Druj, which is a small settlement right here. Zoom in. Vodany Druj. Yelizavetivka, Promin, Lesivka, Novo Oleksandrivka, Preobrazhenka, Zbirny, Bogdanivka, which is this small settlement right here. Oh, they just start jumping all over, so excuse me as we go through here. Toretsk and Novotoretsky. No, that's Novoukrink. Toretsky and Novotoretsky are right in here. Sirodonivka, Melanivka, Svird. Okay, I do not know where this town is. I'll look for it as I look for the other ones. Surchenko, Zirozova, Upensivka, Koltenyarka, Andrivka, and in this direction of Stary Nikolaivka, I believe it is this settlement right here, but it is not labeled on the map. Anyways, 39 attacks in the Pokrovsk direction. Just unfortunately, Russians are making some gains in this area, notably next to New York and Sukobalka. Heading over to Novopavlivka direction. Ukrainian defenders repelled 12 attacks by the invaders in the areas of Brvilny, Novosilka, and Constantinople up here. In the Orhiv direction, so we're skipping over Guliopol, coming over to Orhiv. Ukrainian defenders repelled 3 attacks in the directions of Malotokmaka and near Novoandrivka. In the Huliopolsky and Prodniprovsky directions, the enemy did not conduct offensive operations. Always good to hear that. In the Kursk region, there we go. Zoom in and try and get this framed up for you. In the Kursk region, over the past day, Ukrainian soldiers repelled 20 attacks by the Russian invaders. The enemy also launched 15 airstrikes using 25 guided aerial bombs and carried out 356 artillery shellings, 8 of which from MLRS. No signs of offensive actions in the Volyn or Polizia directions. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment, and are actively undermining the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the losses. We'll cover that with the graphic for the last 2 days. We end the report with join the defense forces. Razom peremojemo. Slava Ukraina. Heading over to Discord to grab the graphics for yesterday and today. So, yesterday, Russia lost 1,180 personnel, 14 tanks, 9 armored personnel vehicles, 70 artillery systems, 1 MLRS, 3 anti-aircraft warfare systems, 111 UAVs, 3 cruise missiles, and 208 vehicles. Grabbing the losses for this morning. There we go. Total combat losses of the Russian Federation as of Easter Sunday at 8 a.m. 950 personnel. This is the first day that they have lost under 1,000 men since October. 1 tank, 5 APCs, 49 artillery systems, 64 UAVs, 112 vehicles, and 1 special equipment. Part of this was due to the ceasefire. There's a good 10 hours of that was covered in this ceasefire, of this day that was covered in the ceasefire. Some of it, well, you'll see here in a minute. Bring back the air alert map. You see a couple of the air alerts starting to clear. Odessa, Mykolivka, and Kherson regions coming off air alert, and Kyiv City coming off air alert. Dang it. Ouch. I got a splinter in the palm of my hand. Oh, let me grab that. Let there be light. No, let me try and get the splinter out before it annoys me. So it was actually a nice day for in my neck of the woods. That's a pretty big splinter. Yep, all gone. Oh, the one that I sent you, the yellow one? You should send me a picture of that, LJ, so I can show it on stream. You go back to the beginning of chat and make sure I say hi to everybody. I do appreciate everybody coming here. So hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. M35, Mexigirl, Linda H, Dinkster, you know they exist. Matt German, LJ Boone, Adam Rounds, Acoustic Kitty, Linda H. Spider Fina, or Fella. KKGG. Nura. Thank you all for joining me this Sunday evening on Easter. And I don't even have my Reese's peanut butter eggs. Dang it. That's like my favorite thing about Easter is those stupid eggs. Okay, let me get off of there. And the big news yesterday, 277 soldiers returned home. Getting updates on the air alerts. Yeah, I know they're over. Make sure I'm on the right one. Here we go. Cool trident tattoo. This is a video I sent to Chungus to play at the end of his stream last night. Many of these guys returning to home, to their loved ones. I hate saying home because a lot of these heroes were defenders of Mariupol. Mariupol is their home. And it might be a little while before they're able to return home, but at least they're back in the loving embrace of Ukraine. I don't know how else to say it. It just, with all the flags, wrapped in all the flags right there, is well, being Easter,
Дорогі українці, дорогі українки, сьогодні дуже особливий день, який ми завжди так чекаємо, який відзначають мільйони людей – Великдень. День, що є променем світла, особливо яскравого і сильного у часи, коли чорні хмари прагнуть затягнути наше небо. День, що дає усім нам надію і нагадує. Зло має свою годину, а Бог має свій день. Це один із сенсів, що закладено в історію Христа. Про його земні страждання і смерть та про його воскресіння, про те, що рано або пізно, але неодмінно зло відступить і життя переможе. Сьогодні ці слова знаходять відгук у кожному українському серці і зміцнюють нашу віру, яка, попри все, не згасає 1152 дні повномасштабної війни. Кожен з нас переживав такі миті, коли дуже боляче, дуже важко. І коли ти запитуєш, Боже, за що це нам? Удари, вибухи, постріли, все це лихо, все це зло. Як можна вбивати десятки людей в Сумах, у вербну неділю? Невже ти не бачиш, Боже? Як били по дитячому майданчику у Кривому Розі, як щодня палають Харків, Дніпро, наша Одеса, десятки інших наших міст. Коли це скінчиться? І тишу почує наша земля, наші люди, наші діти. Як після всього, що ми проходимо, не втратити віру? І коли розум не знаходить відповідей на ці запитання, тоді ти починаєш прислухатись до свого серця. І щось невидиме, але дуже сильне всередині тебе не дає опустити рук. Підказує, де знайти світло, щоб не заблукати. І потім ти бачиш людей навколо, вдивляєшся в очі рідних, обличчя близьких, відчуваєш обійми, відчуваєш підтримку і знайомих, і незнайомих людей, підтримку українців, українок. І ти розумієш, що ти з ними однакових цінностей. І саме цінності є тим, що всіх нас об'єднало, абсолютно не випадково. Об'єднало в перший день війни і єднає досі. Це воля, витримка, небайдужість і людяність. Ось це і є Бог. Це його прояв. Він у наших людях. І тому в людях світло. Тому в людях сила. В кожному вчинку, в кожному маленькому кроці, на важкому шляху і в кожному слові підтримки. В кожному слові. Як ти? Чим допомогти? Бережи себе. Ми знаємо, що захищаємо, знаємо, за що боремось, за кого і заради кого. І тому кожного разу, як би важко нам не було, ми все одно не втрачаємо віру. Бо ця віра один в одного, в тих, хто стоїть поруч з тобою, в українців, в українок. Віра в те, що зло має свою годину, а Бог має свій день. Дорогий народе, нехай цей день настане. Година зла скінчиться. Прийде день життя, день миру, день України. День довжиною в століття. І ми зможемо знову зібратись разом за одним столом в мирний Великдень, коли нам всім буде тепло, буде спокійно, затишно в душі і, звісно, смачно. Коли буде так, як це має бути. Ми хочемо цього. Всі 1152 дні ми єдині в цьому. Щодня, і особливо сьогодні, коли українці всіх християнських конфесій відзначають Великдень в одну дату. Разом. Ми разом боремось за Україну і разом молимось за Україну. За тих, хто на Пасху не може бути поруч з рідними, за тих, хто на передовій з побратимами, за наших бійців, воїнів світла, ми просимо Бога захистити тих, хто захищає нас, зміцнити волю тих, хто зараз у неволі, за наших полонених, за всіх, хто має повернутись додому. Ми просимо допомогти всім тим, хто присвячує своє життя допомозі ближнім, берегти заступництвом тих, хто своєю щоденною працею береже Україну. Нехай Бог охороняє всіх, хто рятує, лікує, навчає. Ми молимо сьогодні за всіх, за наших дітей, за усіх хлопчиків і дівчаток, які заслуговують щасливого дитинства, за наших батьків, матерів, які заслуговують спокійної старості, за всіх наших людей, які заслуговують довгожданого миру. Дорогі українці, наш народ долає дуже важкий шлях. Але я впевнений, ключове слово тут долає. І попри все, ми кожного ранку знаходимо в собі сили, щоб прокидатись, рухатись, щоб робити своє. Те, що ти можеш, там, де це потрібно, для тих, хто цього чекає. І джерелом енергії для нас може стати чимало речей довкола. Посмішка сина чи доньки, голос матері, думки про тих, хто зараз на фронті, чи спогад про того, хто закрив тебе своїм тілом. Ми можемо знайти імпульс до дій у новинах про перемоги наших людей і у нашій культурі, книгах, віршах, музиці. І, звісно, нас надихає символ Великодня та історія Воскресіння Христового. Тому ми точно знаємо, все те каміння, що у нас кидають, не залишиться руїною на нашій землі. Усе каміння, що у нас летить, ми перетворимо на міцний фундамент майбутнього. Майбутньої волі, майбутнього миру, майбутнього спогаду про те, що ми пройшли і що нам вдалося. Коли в тяжкі часи вирішальною стає не тільки перемога зброї, а перш за все перемога духу. Наша перемога, нашого духу. Хай все це здійсниться. Хай Бог поможе нам в цьому. Хай буде мир. Хай буде Україна. Христос воскрес. Воістину воскрес.
I want to remind everybody that when this first started, everybody was saying 3 days, and they'll take over Ukraine. Here we are, 1,152 days later. Ukraine is still there, still exists, still fights. In my mind, that's 1,149 days of victory. Because when everybody else gave up, thought they couldn't, well, yeah, unbreakable. But you know, my nickname here on screen, Canty. Yeah, it's an old gaming, it's a gaming handle I've had for a long time, because a GM would tell me, "Oh, you can't do that." "Oh, can't I?" And it just, I see that in Ukraine. "Oh, you can't hold up against Russia." "Oh, can't I?" "Oh, you can't stop the 1,000,000-man army of Russia marching through to Lviv." "Oh, can't I?" "You can't endure 1,000 days of war." "Oh, can't I?" Okay. So, it touches me a little, more than a little bit, that the strength, not only of Zelensky's character, but the character of the nation of Ukraine. It's a characteristic I wish America had today. Unfortunately, I don't think America does anymore. And give you guys an update on the Easter Pasanki fundraiser with Renegade Chungus and myself. We have reached 8,550 euros. um 175 donations. I'm not sure if I'm mad at somebody or not. Because we do have a 209 euro donation from an anonymous. But Blonde Bombsheller on her vacation in Lviv, 1,000 US dollars. Sending it on Easter morning from Ukraine. Huge shout out to all of the amazing supporters, Claire and Ivan from Cars for Ukraine, the fabulous fundraisers, and especially my awesome guys, Canty and Chungus. Love you guys. Right back at you, BB. Maria Lindgren, Ricardo Merlo, Steve Sane. Happy Easter, everyone. Let's get this done. So, thank you all for your donations. Everybody who has donated, I appreciate it so much. Here we are on Easter, getting so many fundraisers or donations is amazing. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I owe you guys a food challenge. I'll do that tomorrow. I am very envious of BB right now, being in Lviv, seeing where these trucks are worked on. Because, yeah, we're not just buying. This is one of the things that I think gets lost in some of these fundraisers. We're not just buying a truck. We're not just giving them a vehicle to evacuate wounded. These trucks are worked on in Ukraine. The armor's added in Ukraine. Sure, they're bought from outside and brought to Lviv, but all the paint work, all the mechanical work, all that's done in Ukraine. So, yes, we're helping the army, but we're also helping the economy and helping people provide for their families, because these mechanics, the welders, they all need to get paid. They're all working for a living fixing these trucks, getting them ready for the front line. And I'm not sure if Mertzi is still there. I know BB will be there until like the early part of next month. But let's go to the overall campaign. Take a look at the overall campaign. We are at 119,986. 14 euros away from 120,000. So, well, over the halfway mark on the total fundraiser at this point. Of course, Ukraine matters in first, Succumimus in second, Shills in third, Mercado Media in fourth, and oh, looky, I got hooky. Renegade Chungus and myself jump back into fifth thanks to BB. So I'm going to go a little bit out of character here. Beg, plead, borrow, pray. I don't know what else to do. But let's just stay out of Rick. Don't tell Rick. You folks are amazing group of people. I feel very, very honored to have how should I say this? I'm very honored to have such a generous and giving audience. I suppose it's the same thing. You just replace them as you go. They exist. Asking about fuel injectors. So yeah, we are in fifth with 8,550. Rick's in sixth, 8,224. Silicone Curtain, 7,040. ATP Geopolitics, 6,231. Of course, Laser Pig, War Translated, Tanya Fiona, Soy Pill, Baba Yaga Fella, PS01, Phil Ipner with On the Edge, Rudy Acosta Jr., and Eric, all helping out with the total fundraiser. Yeah, my competitive side's coming out. Definitely for this. Thank you all for your donations. If you're able to, please keep it up, and let's get this truck fully fundraised. Arthur, he does a lot of other stuff too, besides just, Help 99. I hate to say it this way, but there is so much going on. There's Ukraine's putting out units as fast as they can, and some of the niceties are not there, like trucks, like generators, like Starlinks, and yeah, Nikki Hill is over in Ukraine too. I sent a package to Nikki to take over to Ukraine and to give to Rick. So no, this screen. Come on. Load the full thing. There we go. These are Izzy dolls. They were just a quick little crocheted doll that soldiers can carry with them and give out to children if they run across them in a war-torn area. Believe it was Croatia at first. And then, of course, the crosses, the trident, the 3D printed tridents and all that. Hopefully there was a phone stand in there too, so hopefully Rick isn't trying to prop up his phone while he's doing interviews anymore. So yeah, those went with Nikki over to Ukraine. And when I was there last time, oh, where the hell did you send that picture to me? Oh, probably on stupid WhatsApp. You sure you want me to show this on stream, LJ? Yeah, I saw it. I didn't want to talk in chat because, well, I had a pretty bad fever yesterday and was a little delusional. Well, hey, LJ, I'm gonna out you and show your picture. Kickstand. No, last year when I was in Ukraine, LJ asked me to get her a Vyshyvanka. Oh, come on. This is why I hate having all these. Because I can't pop out the image without opening it in something else. So she asked me to get her a Vyshyvanka. So this is the Vyshyvanka I bought her and sent back. I got it. It's just I'm getting old. I don't like all these new apps. I like my ones that, I know how they all work and I don't have to learn anything new because it just works. Let me refresh here. Oh. So no new donations, but let's go. Come on, it won't translate. Commander-in-Chief Sirski's report at 8 p.m. on Easter. At this hour, since the beginning of the day, Russian army has violated Putin's ceasefire more than 2,000 times. There has already been 67 Russian assaults against our positions in various directions, the largest number in Pokrovsk. 1,355 artillery shellings, 713 of which were heavy weapons, 673 were used by the Russians with FPVs. In fact, on all the main directions of the front, Russia has not kept its own promise of silence.
Russia did not have enough even for almost a whole day to respond to our Ukrainian offer of complete silence starting now from Easter and for 30 days. However, there were no air alarms today, so this is the format of silence that has been achieved and which is easiest to continue. Ukraine proposes to abandon any strikes with long-range drones and missiles on civilian infrastructure for a period of 30 days. As you can see from the strike in Cherkasy, the strike in Mykolaiv, the strike in Dnipro, that's not been accepted. At the end of Putin's supposed ceasefire, at midnight, the end of Easter in Ukraine, the total number of violations by the Russian army of the Russian promise of silence for this day is 2,935. The largest number of attacks and assault actions was in the Pokrovsk direction. The Russian promise of complete silence also did not extend to the Kursk direction. In total, there were 96 Russian assault actions along the front, 1,882 attacks on our positions. I have a feeling this is a mistranslation, but 812 from heavy artillery and 950 Russian FPV drones. And, well, you can see the updates throughout the day. At noontime, from midnight to noon, 26 Russian assault actions had taken place. 6 a.m. "59 shellings." Basically 10 artillery strikes per hour from the Russians as of 6 o'clock in the morning. The supposed ceasefire was supposed to start at 1800 yesterday. Between 1800 and midnight, there were 387 artillery shellings and 19 assault actions by the Russian army. That's not a ceasefire. Huh? What? Did I miss a troll? Oh, I'm in top chat. Let's go live chat. I'm confused. I see Matt German asking for 3D ideas for 3D prints to give to the soldiers. Dude, just keep up your work making the parts for the drops. Oh, okay. Yeah, we all got confused there. Okay. So, as you can see, there was absolutely no intention of Russia to keep the ceasefire.
This year, Easter brings together Christians of different denominations and traditions. On April 20, millions of people around the world, Orthodox, Catholics, Protestants, will be with their families and communities in churches. Many millions will celebrate the resurrection of Christ and thank God for life. For millions of Ukrainians, Easter is one of the most important holidays, and millions of Ukrainians will go to church. Sadly, many will go to churches that are damaged or destroyed. The Russian army is one of the biggest threats today to Christian churches and believers. Over the years of this full-scale war, Russian attacks have destroyed or damaged more than 600 churches, prayer houses, and places of worship. 67 Ukrainian priests, pastors, and monks have been killed or tortured by Russian occupiers. And these are not just any collateral damages. A missile hit the altar of an Orthodox cathedral in Odessa. Artillery leaves churches in ruins. Prayer houses go up in flames from Russian bombs. 640 religious sites have been destroyed, most of them Christian. But we will rebuild all of them. In the occupied regions, dozens of sacred buildings have already been restored. Just like we are bringing back priests and pastors from Russian captivity, just like we are doing everything to protect Ukrainian towns and villages and the lives of people there, we are also bringing back that chance to believe that evil and destruction will not win. Thanks everybody who helps. Thank you to everyone in the world who doesn't leave people to evil. And what makes people truly human, what keeps their connection with God alive, must win.
That is the only video I'm going to forward to Canty's Center on Telegram today. Lucy, go away. Freaking scammers everywhere.
За 200 метрів українська стела. Вас вітає Україна.
Just want to go back. And you'll notice a couple unit flags in here. A lot of defenders from Mariupol are in this group. And after 3 years, it is great to see them back home.
Я тебя так люблю, я так соскучился, я тебе передать не могу, далеко.
Yeah, I wish I could watch nothing but these videos all for the entire stream. But unfortunately, we have to deal with crap like this. Orban's government is urging Hungarians to vote against Ukraine's EU membership in a national consultation launched by the government of the country, claiming it would harm Hungary's economic, pensions, and security. Yeah, Zelensky proposed a 30-day ceasefire after Easter. We all can see how that has gone. Explosion heard in Kharkiv. The sound that was heard in the city is not related to military operations. Okay. In Donetsk, the number of attacks by the Russians decreased after 1800. This was told to Suspline by servicemen from the Pokrovsk, Liman, and Kramatorsk directions. Russians continued to fire on the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine in Kharkiv region. Nothing has changed compared to yesterday. No air alert in Donetsk for the first time in a long time. And here we go. 2 p.m., 10 p.m. Ukraine time. Air alarm in Kyiv. Missile danger. Of course, more soldiers coming home.
Чекали. Дякую всім, що повернули.
You know what would work? The most common thing for kids to have in Ukraine is a bicycle. I remember when I was a kid, putting like baseball cards or what have you in the spokes to make it sound like a motorcycle. If you could figure out something to do with a bicycle that would help, kids play, that would go over great for both city and rural kids. Chungus, did you see Did you see the update on the Pisanki? Well, there's a reason it's called fishing and not catching. Threats. How 7 Ukrainian soldiers resisted Russian troops for 35 days. We saw some of these videos.
Де ти є, Я тебе поштурмую, Койотик! Работай по петухам!
Remember these guys shooting out the windows?
Ствол в руках, в тебе і на інстинктивному рівні ти робиш все, щоб вижити самому, щоб вижила група.
Да.
Я в житті не вважаю себе жорсткою людиною. Ну, бувало таке, що ти просто проявляєш такі там грані свого характеру, які просто в такому житті ти не застосовуєш, бо це не потрібно бути таким жорстким.
Это наш дом, сука! Пошел!
Зухвало. Тобто не просто лохи йдуть і там, що попало роблять, ні, жорстко йдуть.
Руск... Ну що такое, а?
Було таке, що з 5 ранку почали, от не виходить зайти через там оцей напрямок. Вони пішли, відпочили трохи. Заходять через інший. Тупо з 5 ранку до 5 вечора штурмує 12 годин.
А ну глянь через рішотку, вони там всі лежать. Всі 4 допрацювали, всі 4 200.
Бували такі групи, от одна з груп там, от якраз на відео, то вони взагалі не відступали. Ну, вони всі по 200-ті всі.
Чуть-чуть, сипали чуть-чуть. Мужики, блядь, это 101-й полк, хуй разведосы, блядь, мы русские! Справа від входу! Гранату справа від входу! Нам!
Привіт, брат, дякую.
Ти дивишся на відео, тобі страшно. А коли ти знаходишся там, і ти знімаєш це відео, в тебе все одно організм мобілізований.
If you remember, I played this full video. It was like 8 minutes long of this encounter. Well, didn't realize that this encounter went on for 35 days. Those 7 Ukrainian soldiers held that position for 35 days. That's amazing. You know, the Russian mir, Ruski mir. Yeah, that was the Russian mir that they just walked over. This is what Russia wants to do to all the cities in Ukraine.
Це центр міста Покровськ. Багатоповерхівки поруйновані повністю, але в цих поруйнованих багатоповерхівках досі лишаються люди. Ми не були в місті 1,5 місяці, і за ці 1,5 місяці Покровськ змінився повністю. тому що будинки не схожі вже на житлові приміщення. Отак нині виглядають квартири в Покровську. Це верхні поверхи багатоповерхівок. Квартири повністю зруйновані авіаційними бомбами.
Ми що далі чим робимо?
Зі сторони. Ага, і...
Don't work too hard, Chungus. And see you after you get off work.
В піхотних підрозділах мало людей, в більшості досвідчених людей, які могли б, як би так сказати, обстріляні, і через те якби, в допомогу їм тримаємо фронт ми, а вони нас шукають, не жаліють нічого. Пілоти – це у них пріоритетна ціль. Вони зараз вже не так вистежують снайперів, вони вже не так вистежують артилеристів, вони в першу чергу вистежують пілотів. Єсть.
Так, розрив спостерігали.
Дальше
Він там бігає по вулиці, якщо бачите його.
Бачимо. Да.
Ні.
На дорозі правіше.
Ось о.
Ось тут, да, він біжить. Оно, бачиш його? Рух, бачиш? З правої сторони, він зайшов зараз за будинок. В цивільному житті я займаюся маркетингом, і до війни я якраз відкривав тут магазин. Варус тут колись. Покровську, так. Я бачив місто до війни, і я побачив місто після війни. Перше моє враження було, це просто, ну, знаєте, як із фільму «Апокаліпс».
Тримайтеся, дівчата.
Угу.
Трохи американські горки буде.
A little bit of what Pokrovsk is looking like now. Yeah, we know how that is turned out. Yeah, the mines in the Black Sea. And this is...
Ці міни не тільки несуть загрозу для військових кораблів, а для цивільних суден. Ось якщо буде мінна загроза, суда цивільні не будуть ходити в порти. Не будуть ходити в порти, не буде змоги отримувати валюту. Цивільне судноплавство – це одна з найбільших галузей економіки України, яка приносить дохід реальний. Тобто майже весь експорт відбувається через порти Великої Одеси.
Ukraine doesn't have a navy. Why?
Ці кораблі, шукачі мін, той, який позаду, і той, на якому ми стоїмо,
ще
недавно були частиною британського королівського флоту. Зараз вони частина українських військово-морських сил. І вони отримали назви і Черкаси. І це насправді не просто так. Таким чином віддають данину поваги тим кораблям, які Україна втратила разом з окупацією півострова Крим.
If Ukraine did not have a navy.
Ми проживаємо вже тут 3 роки.
Oh, to attack civilian and cargo and relief ships.
Ми весь час знаходимося в одному колективі, в одному, можна сказати, приміщенні, тобто ми всі разом. Але за рахунок того, що тут вони зробили окремі компанії, їдальні команди, офіси, каюти.
Але оскільки наші міні-поля, ми знаємо, де вони знаходяться, то російські міни були накидані, я не певен, що навіть вони самі знають, де вони їх встановлювали. Тобто використовувалися різні методи.
Five years to clear the mines in the Black Sea. Well, at least that's better than the estimates to clear the landmines on the ground, so. Oh, I hope this is in English.
Why doesn't Vladimir Putin end his invasion of Ukraine? It's a question that keeps coming up, especially as Russia continues to face staggering losses and growing isolation. The real answer may be quite simple. Putin can't stop the war, not necessarily because he doesn't want to, but because ending the war would mean admitting defeat. And for Putin, that's not an option. Here's 5 reasons why. 1. The return of broken men. Putin has sent hundreds of thousands of Russians to the front lines, many with little training and poor equipment. A lot of them are returning to their homes wounded, traumatized, and unable to work. Many of them are also dangerous. Of the more than 700,000 Russian soldiers sent to Ukraine, the UN has confirmed that at least 170,000 of them were convicted violent offenders recruited to fight in Ukraine in exchange for pardons. In Ukraine, there have been numerous cases of Russian soldiers committing gruesome acts of violence against POWs and civilians under occupation. Now, these killers are returning home. According to the UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in Russia, Mariana Katsarova, many of them, and this is a new trend, are committing fresh violent crimes upon their return, targeting women, girls, and children, including sexual violence and murder. Were the war to end suddenly, it could flood Russian society with even more broken, dangerous men, and the Kremlin fears the chaos that would follow their return. 2. A war-based economy. Today's Russian economy is artificially shaped around the war. Currently, 1 out of every 3 rubles that the government spends goes toward the war. Entire industries, metallurgy, chemicals, electronics, have been retooled for weapons production. Jobs, regional budgets, and supply chains now depend on continued conflict. Shutting down the war effort wouldn't just cause layoffs. It would trigger widespread economic instability. As in many areas, the arms trade has become the only working sector. In this system, war is not a cost. It's a source of income and a means of political control. For Putin's regime, war isn't just a political tool. It's become his economic lifeline. 3. War as political cover. As long as Russia is at war, Putin can continually tighten his control at home. Repression, censorship, emergency laws, all are justified under the needs of wartime. Russian musicians, actors, writers, and filmmakers have either fled Russia or been silenced in it, leaving behind a hollowed-out society easier for Putin to control. Key Putin political opponents like Putin's most prominent critic, Alexei Navalny, and Wagner Group leader Yevgeny Prigozhin have died under mysterious circumstances. Putin's other political opponents are either imprisoned or forced into exile. If the war ends, it will be more difficult for Putin to justify his repression. In a dictatorship, peace can be more dangerous for a dictator than war, because peace brings greater scrutiny. 4. No victory, no exit. If Russians see a thriving, successful, and free Ukraine, it is a direct threat to Putin's regime because it shows his own people that you don't need a dictator to survive. Putin's original war goal was ambitious: to completely subjugate Ukraine, to topple the democratically elected government in Kiev and install a puppet regime. But none of Putin's goals have yet been achieved. Far from being won over, generations of Ukrainians are now hardened against Russia and will never forget what it's done on Ukrainian territory. Meanwhile, according to Ukraine's numbers, as of this week, Russia's lost over 937,000 of its troops since its full-scale invasion began, including killed or missing in action or severely disabled by injuries. To exit the war now, having only captured a few ruined towns and flattened villages, would be to admit strategic defeat. And in Putin's system, defeat is not survivable. There is no path to peace that doesn't look like surrender, and surrender is politically fatal. The NATO illusion. One of the central justifications for invading Ukraine was to stop an alleged NATO expansion. But the defensive alliance, which might have slowly faded into obsolescence, has grown stronger as a direct result of Russia's invasion. Finland, which shares a 1,300-kilometer border with Russia, joined the defensive alliance as a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It was soon followed by Sweden. Meanwhile, European capitals are dramatically increasing their defense spending, aiming to become militarily self-sufficient by 2030, a tectonic shift driven entirely by Putin's aggression. Instead of weakening the West, he united it. Instead of stopping NATO, he supercharged it. Instead of dividing Europe, he made it more determined than ever to resist autocracy. So, what's next?
Interesting report.
More than a month has passed since the full interim.
Never mind, that's just a recap of other stuff. I thought it meant today. That's like, I didn't hear about that. A lot of news stories today, it seems.
Нам Пасха прилетіла. Скид з Пасхи. Покажи.
LJ says she's not going to play checkers with me tonight. She's sick of losing. What about eights? Oh, Fox. Don't let Fox News live this down. Fox News. See, war criminal Putin reminds us of his complete and utter depravity and disdain for human life by bombing playgrounds, bakeries, and declaring a fake Easter ceasefire while continuing an invasion he started and could end today. History will remember him as a weak and pathetic person, grateful to stand with Ukraine. Joe Wilson. Salute. Yeah, calling out Fox News. So Russians are using the no-fire order from our side to retrieve the bodies of their dead. About fucking time. Demine the territory, bring in food, water, and set up positions. Yeah, we all knew that was going to happen.
Потім зберемо. Всі беремо. А є якісь пакети,
А ця рука тут.
Потім
Brian Fitzpatrick.
зберемо. А є якісь пакети,
Сильніше.
Потім зберемо. А є якісь пакети,
Enough guts to go to the front. Okay, having that many videos playing on one screen, I can't do it.
Було освячено напередодні у Михайлівському соборі, столиці, настоятелем УПЦ Епіфанії. Усі вони доставлені на Новопавлівський напрямок і роздані як командирам підрозділів, так і бійцям. У найвіддаленіші точки на передовій паски доправляли операторами дронів під постійними обстрілами окупантів.
Delivering Easter eggs by drone. Well, here you go. The truce this morning in Pokrovsk, Upensivka. Sure looks like a ceasefire to me. Wow. In Konstantinivka, the bodies of a man and woman were recovered today. The occupiers destroyed a private house and repeatedly fired on the rescuers while they were trying to rescue the couple. That's again near Konstantinivka, rescue
Езжайте, блин! Езжайте!
trying to evacuate civilians. You know, they have the white mark on the cars to indicate that they are civilians, not, you know, that white square is supposed to be the white flag for civilians.
Господи, помилуй Боже. Господи.
Russia claims to be deeply rooted in Christian values, yet that hasn't stopped it from committing crimes against the Ukrainian people on Easter, one of the most sacred Christian holidays. Every Easter since the start of the full-scale war, Russia has shelled Ukrainian cities, killing civilians and leaving devastation. Yeah. United 24. Oh, poor kitty. So, kitten rescued from under the rubble after the Russian missile strike in Kharkiv on April 18th. They named her Phoenix because she rose from the ashes. That's cute. Easter on the front. Dog was like, give me some. What a maroon. Hopefully Russia and ammed. That's a mistake I would make because, well, I'm not a government official that has editors and groups of people behind me checking for spelling mistakes. But hopefully Russia and Ukraine will make a deal this week. Both will then start to do big business with the United States of America, which is thriving, and make a fortune. I wouldn't call we're surviving right now. We're not thriving. The heck? Even Mavic drones are having bad dreams. War fatigue. Yeah, exactly the kind of quote I would expect from Donald Trump. The golden rule of negotiating. He who has the gold makes the rules. No. The golden rule is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Unfortunately, that's been thrown out the window and replaced by this because of fucktards like him. A German company supplied chromium to the Russian military-industrial complex. Okay. From the beginning of 2023 to April of 2024, the company provided almost half of all the chromium supplies to Russia. Really? I'm leery of a 15-minute video, but
парни, я 300. Треба зробити нормально, підніми. Що загорілося?
Hey, Mertzy, how's it going?
Крик!
Yeah, but just going to one city in Ukraine is kind of like eating one potato chip.
Парни, я 300, парни, я 300. Парни, я отходжу, я 300, парни. Мене в 300-го. В 300-го. Так, куди залетів. Ні, не треба знімати.
А це, да?
Хуй. Роу, на аптечці.
Бандаж там?
Да.
Пульове?
Ні, це осколок. Так що залетів, поняв сюди ніби.
Ну що там,
Парні, передайте на мене, що я добіг до вас.
Вийди, скажи, що, як ви за мною. Добіжав до нас, даємо допомогу.
Якщо питаю, я і тільки не бігав. Пані, хто прибіг? Все чітко. У руку залетіло, поняв, вище кисті. Осколок. Ну, типу, в кровотечі не сильно, нормально. Я думаю, що там остався.
Да?
Ні, це прильот. Скажи, що поки не треба, поки не треба евакуації, все за...
Проходите.
Wow, there's still civilians in Tourette's. I did not realize that.
Кот, привет, такой красивый кот.
У нас теперь куча котов.
Понял, что не уехали?
Что не уехали, денег нет, чтобы снимать квартиру. Там. Мы сами отсюда удрали, если бы возможность была.
А мы можем вас вывести просто.
Так вывезти, а жить? Ну вот скажи, кто нас будет кормить?
Просто наши сейчас будут, они будут вам еду приносить, воду, если надо будет. Мы просто метку поставим, что сюда вам надо заносить, вам будет еду.
Спасибо, ребята.
Открывайте ребятам зеленым скотчем.
Зеленый только, да?
Желтый и голубой.
А, ну то есть это наши зеленый, желтый.
Красный и белый пропускайте мимо. Все хаты закрыты, наверху скрыто. Ой, кот красиво. Ты куда прыгать собрался? Да не прыгай. Не зачіпайте, не лякайте. Не лякайте. Ви взагалі не зачіпайте.
We're talking about that cat right there.
Він не чистокровний, у нього біла ця шапка. Давайте, йдіть далі. Це ти не чистокровний. Короче, отметим, что вы тут сидите, вам будет приносить еду и воду. И закрывайте дверь. И открывайте только когда придут на зеленом скотче. Возвращаемся назад по самой узкой дорожке.
Yeah, Mertz, you should try sending those videos over Discord from your phone. Discord doesn't seem to have restrictions on file size when you send them from a phone.
Бачу. Воно, вот там, понял. Справа за дверима сразу. Воно, бачу.
Парни, обходь. Своя! Ну, короче, вот тут. Аккуратно, подожди, давай. Вот, туда. Ты понял? Вот туда. Своя! Да, вот тут. Шага надо. А куда? Я по всем векам. Давайте дома пойдем по улице. Берите, ходим дом по улице. Идем в самый край туда. Да, да. Давай сюда їдь. Підійди ближче. Давай. Прикрий. Своя! Своя! Заходим туда, в правую сейчас будет. С другой стороны вообще лучше. Пристройте. Пристройте чисто. Привод сюда. Что?
Such a weird angle sometimes. Oh no, you don't know until you try. It's the trick is where you get it from. You have to go by the local school and see where all the school kids go to get one. That's where you go to get your Ukrainian hot dog.
Мы не зайдем. У нас не надо. Не звать на. Подвал, подвал. Вот, завал. Стреляйте.
That was a lot of glass.
Что? Да. Это крик? Да. Крик? Ні. Крик? Я не кричав. Крик, напевно.
Well, I guess there was one hiding in the basement.
Давай, надо подвал чекнуть. Подвал? Так надо. Давай, вырежь. Еще, да. Ще раз хорошо. Погреб в доме чистый. Потому что на этой части дома нет ничего, все сгорело. Но... Как? Честно. Та от возьми, блядь. Та я одну чекаю. Ми зараз куди? Прямо. Правильно.
That's an interesting one, LJ. Ukrainian word for today. Let's try go to Google Translate. Let's do English. Do Ukrainian. No. Egg is yaitza. Like.
Подобається.
This is actually the word for like in Ukrainian, but nobody uses it. Everybody in Ukraine loves everything or hates everything. There's no like.
Любов. Улюблений.
That's the most common word you'll hear. It is my favorite. Ulublenny.
Улюблений.
Ulublenny.
Улюблений.
But no. I'm going to go with something fitting for today.
Великдень.
Hey, Golby.
Великдень.
Великден.
Великдень.
Великден. Right there. Right there is a transliteration. Великден.
Великодень. Великодень.
Depending on... Now, this is the hard part with Ukrainian words. The ending changes on the use case. The tense, however you want to say it. Well, LJ, you connect and do the word of the day. I would normally be wrapping up here, but since LJ made it known, I'm going to cheat and go to let's see, does Rick's oh geez, there's 3 rollers chats now. So the new rollers chat and here you go. Let's do smash carts. So join me on Rick's Discord. Oh, I guess not. I guess we don't do Rick's. Let's try going to Mercados. Here we go. Gaming seems fitting. Smash carts. Here we go. So Mercado's Discord, the gaming channel and community. Create. So there's a link in chat. So it looks like I am high speed havoc. See if anybody else comes in. See, how do you do full screen? Oh, hide chat. There we go. Oh, this is so laggy playing with OBS running. It's stalled, Steve. Okay, this is unplayable for me. Eh. No, I got it's all set up except for one thing. Yeah, that ping was just horrible. It's basically Mario Kart, free for all, a fight. So yeah, the Discord's all set up, ready to go, except one thing. I need to buy the meat bot, but I have to wait until the 3rd. Let's try. I don't want to send a bunch of W's. Here, you guys should know this game. Up to 8 players. Give it some time for people to join in. So again, Mercado Media's Discord, Renegades Discord, gaming channel, and let's play some Crazy Eights. Mario Kart. Cart. C-A-R-T. Is there a link? I don't think I can do a link for this one. So you guys are going to have to come in here and... So as I wait for more people to join, kind of want to... Well, let's go do a refresh on the Easter Pasanki fundraiser. And we got one more donation in. Free the defenders, return the children. Haji, thank you for the $10. Yeah, it's anonymous, but I know who you are. Just by the phrase. So, 8,559.67. So, let's go to YouTube. Full screen. Me. Shorts. And yeah, unfortunately, I have more bad news. I'm down to 4.
Well, for those of you that have been following the chicks, they're doing good.
Yeah, they were doing good.
Left. Unfortunately,
and the other reason why I'm a dog person is a cat got into the chicken coop today, and I only have 4 left.
Lost 3 of them, but look at that.
So yeah, dealing with chasing cats away, cat-proofing the chicken coop again. I have a live trap set up to capture the cat if it comes back. Let's go back a step. I might be able to see it on this one. So this raised garden bed, this corner blew out right here. So half of my day was digging dirt out of this side of the raised bed, so I could push that corner back in and reattach it. No, KKGG. Okay, we'll play with KKGG. Let me get this back on the screen. And I hate to do this to you, KK. So, yeah, that was my day dealing with stuff, getting chickens sorted. Oh, it looks like KKGG left. Okay. Waiting for more players. So, yeah, that's... I should go and do I should do a video of this stuff, but dang it. Maybe it was a video to have a better look. Yeah, here we go. So some of you guys have been wondering what I've been up to, why I haven't been streaming. Well, so yeah, this corner right here, the screws were not long enough, and like this part right here blew out, so I had to dig all the dirt out of it. Well, not all the dirt out of it, but like the dirt out of here, and had to sit there and get the jack the side back in, re-screw it, and I drove a couple stakes so it should not blow out again. Yeah, my grapevines are doing much better than they are here. Tomorrow I will be prepping these beds for the plantings, and then see, go to shorts. I would have filmed it, but my battery died on my phone and I didn't have a charger. So this is the old goat pen, and you see the piles of dirt here. I'm going to till that in, and this is going to become the garden. Of course, my beehives are active. Hey, K-Bellin. Yeah, just all kinds of little repair work from overwintering that needs to get done, and slowly getting through it. Oh, so again, if anybody wants to play some crazy eights, I'll be here waiting for the next 15 minutes or so. And I'm on Mercado's Discord in the gaming channel. Well, I'll show you guys how to do this, actually. No, gaming. Come down here, click on the gamepad. And there's all kinds of games you can play on Discord. From Smash Carts to poker. Ooh, poker. Death by AI, Blazing Eights, which is like a crazy eights game. So one of the things I'll be doing on my Discord when I get it up and running, I wish Smash Carts would play better. Let's try it again. Oh, it looks like Spider Fate joined in. Ping's 120. I could deal with that. So you go pick up the boxes, press spacebar, and it shoots out the weapon you pick up. Ooh, a star, huh? Let's see if I could find somebody to shoot. I think everybody's hiding on me. Okay, there's two of us here now. Oh. Oh, I see you over there. Now let's see if I can drive through the... Oh, I missed the box. Okay, yeah, my ping's way. Okay, I'm going to end the stream and close OBS so I can actually play this. I'll see you guys in it. Meantime, you can hunt me down. Shoot me while I'm not paying attention. One last update on the Easter Prasanki site. Yeah, Chungus, 8,559 euros. Getting really close to finishing off the goal. Great to see. Thank you all for supporting Ukraine. Thank you all for coming to the stream. Have a good night, and I'll see you in game, maybe. Renegade chanting. Okay, it's just too laggy for me. We'll find out.